Okay, everybody. So I made this video because someone disagreed with me and created a post and tagged me, but it has since been deleted, I think because he realized that he was not correct. So the person believed that gaining using the gain plugin in Logic wasn't transparent, and if you gained it high enough, it would create distortion. I explained that the gain plugin in and of itself is transparent. It creates no distortion on its own. So I've created what you see here is a test signal. It's just a sine wave using Logic's own test oscillator, minus 18, 1000 hertz. And you can see that it's just a sine wave, nothing special about it. No distortion. If I open the channel EQ, no distortion, right? If I open the compressor in digital mode, platinum digital, no distortion. These are transparent modes. If I click the Studio FET, which is an analog emulation, you'll see distortion there. In and of itself, the transparent versions of these plugins create no distortion, and the gain plugin is no exception. It's not distorting. That's actually just the sine wave itself. If I reduce the gain again, no distortion. It looks no different than it did at the beginning. There's no distortion. It's just loud. That being said, I wanted to show that because the user thought that because he could, in fact, send a level so hot to the main output and, achieve that at the output of Logic, that meant that the gain plugin or any gain would in and of itself create distortion. These plugins are transparent in and of themselves. They don't distort the signal. All they do is turn it up or down outside of the processing, of course, of a compressor. It's processing this, but that's not distortion in and of itself. This would distort even without any compression in the circuit. But except for the distortion created at the conversion, at the point of conversion, or at the point that the audio file is output from Logic, there won't be any distortion using a fully digital Pro plugin like FabFilter's Pro EQ. None of those plugins in and of themselves create distortion. Only analog emulations create distortions. Well, that's about it. That's all I wanted to show, is that fully digital plugins in and of themselves, turning them up by themselves won't create distortion. You'll see that this doesn't look any different than it did. This is 4 gain plugins gaining and reducing the signal, plus 96 and eventually minus 96 at the end. They in and of themselves don't create any distortion, any harmonic distortion. And as I said, of course, I could not reduce that gain and output that plus 96 decibel signal, and the file would not be able to contain those levels, so it would be ugly. But that would not be caused by the gain plugins themselves. It would be caused by the file type. You can't store that information on a 24-bit file. However, I think, in fact, I should probably test it. If I were to export a 32-bit file, float, and import that back into Logic, you'd probably perceive no distortion. At some point, I'll check that as well. But that's it. I just wanted to show you that. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Maybe. Have a good day.